So this is going to be, I think, maybe the final video in the series. I don't know. Maybe I'll do more in the future. But at least for now, because I haven't really reported on this stuff in years. And so I wanted to go through and give you guys a lot of evidence. It's not a very fruitful endeavor. But I have come to the conclusion, based on everything I've been through, based on the research, based on everything, whatever, that Unixmad is, I believe Unixmad is in fact a pedophile. So PACHUKA is clearly a pedophile. We know this because he was arrested for it. In his messages and stuff, he gives a final goodbye here. And, one thing that bothers me is just the way that, I feel like the reason I have been destroyed in this community, and they fucked my life up too, is, they fucked my future up, is because I was preyed on by pedophiles. PACHUKA was one of them. We can see here PACHUKA gives his final shout out to King Claps, Azrael, Bomber, Mandy, Zol, and then he gives the final fuck you to Unixmad, X-Man, and myself, and Nick. So there has been a colluded effort for people to claim that I'm not part of the original group of founders of this community, and we know this to be false. PACHUKA mentioned to me here, but it's in a fuck you, and he mentions me multiple times in here, which is bizarre. So people like Captain USA and stuff, there was always an effort from various people who worshipped and looked up to these pedophiles to constantly bury my name and pretend I was never there, or that there was some reason as to why I didn't belong there. And so it's been a long effort to reclaim my position and place, because I never did anything. I never did anything to deserve that. And I've come to the conclusion that what happened was I've just been targeted by pedophiles. PACHUKA is one. We know this to be completely true. He's been arrested. He even came back and he made some bullshit apology on some other website. I remember in some other community he had been a part of. And he was he's like, I've learned that it's better to not be just such a hard ass and a badass, which doesn't undo the damage he's done. It doesn't undo the damage he's done to kids, including myself. It doesn't undo the damage he's done to the girl he has physically assaulted, and anybody else who he got away with. I'm sure he's done things that just weren't reported to the police. Because usually by the time a pedophile gets reported to the police, they've already violated multiple kids, and the kids just don't report it. So we don't know how many PACHUKA's gotten away with. And in his message here, PACHUKA has said that he wanted to go through some of the things that was dealing with Unixmad, where he had mentioned that Unixmad was caught with pornography on his computer, which was child porn, he claimed. I don't see any reason for PACHUKA to have made that up. Most of what PACHUKA says in here is true from a really psychotic perspective. The only thing, the one thing that I found to be untrue was he had claimed that they found animal porn on my computer. But, I want to be clear that doesn't mean he's a liar. Because, and here's the reason for that. Because, right here, right? He says that some guys net bust me and said that they found animal porn. I don't know who told him that. So I've shown you the official records, and it was never animal porn. For one, PACHUKA was sending animal porn to people, so that means something. Anyways, but I had told you before that people like Time and others had tried skewing it, claiming I was had these fetishes for animals and stuff. So I'm not sure who told him this. PACHUKA had been gone for over a year. I think by the time he wrote this, when was this? I don't remember when was this officially written. So this was written, it looks like around 2002-ish. So this was years after he left Graal. So whoever spoke to him it's possible they told him that it was not gay porn, but that it was animal porn. But it seems to me, and this validates other stuff I've told you, is that people had started trying, claiming I was into animal porn and stuff, which was never true. And you can go back and look on where they had hacked my hard drive, and you can see that it was gay porn. It was not animal porn. So he could just be mistaken, because this is years later. He's recanting. He says what somebody had told him. So it sounds to me like he's just saying that some people told him this. So it's a rumor. And so he just kind of got one of the details wrong, is that it was gay porn. It was not animal porn. So it sounds to me like he was trying to be truthful, because he's admitting to all kinds of shit, too, in this fucking message. When he claims that he found child porn on Unixmad's computer, that's a personal testimony. That's not something he heard. That's not a rumor through the game of telephone. That's something he says he specifically found, is that Unixmad had child pornography on his server. Based on everything that's been going on with Unixmad over the last decade and stuff, he's been called out for stealing games from kids. He's been called out for trying to take stuff from kids even 20 years ago. But in the last 10 years, we've really been confronting him on it. We said, you've stolen, children's lives. You've destroyed their lives. You're still preying on children. It's hurting them. That's not how intellectual property works. That's not how law works. It's to stealing their fucking life. That you're not doing the work and you're taking it from kids. That's exploiting child labor. And based on everything we know about other CEOs and things, I see no reason to believe that this was untrue. I 100% believe that Unixmad is, in fact, a pedophile who had child porn on his FTP. What you guys do with that information, I don't know, and I don't care. Here we go. My battery's dying again, just because this is supposed to be a quick video. These are all unscripted, so whatever. Anyways, I feel like, what happened was I had been targeted by pedophiles. And so I am now trying to pick up the pieces and make sense of it. I am now trying to give myself validation when a lot of the people who are in the community today, you're still under the empire of Unixmad, who's a pedophile. And so there's a lot of gaslighting here, even King Klops. So here we have Klops. PACHUKA's giving a shout out to Klops. He's giving a fuck you to me. He's giving a fuck you to Unixmad. He's giving a shout out to Azrael and Bomber. So, and to Zol. King Klops and Azrael both knew about what PACHUKA was doing with, having websites with pornography that he was sending around to kids and bestiality animated GIFs and all kinds of sick shit, actual bestiality, not like cartoons, actual bestiality animated GIFs that he would post on his websites and send to kids and shit, and threatening to rape kids and stuff. They were there. They were in the fucking IRC channels. They knew what was going on. So here's PACHUKA giving a big shout out to King Klops. So you have to wonder, why are people constantly giving this shout out to King Klops? And it's because it's a pedophile community, and they had conspired to ruin certain names, such as myself. Unixmad only got the big fuck you and Nick got fucked over too. Unixmad got the big fuck you because he ended up with the server control. But anyways, so what I finally come to the conclusion is, after all of these videos and researches, and I've given myself a lot of validation, and there's only a few people who've really given me this validation, and, I really appreciate those people. And in my opinion, those are the only people who are also entitled to have administrative positions and control content, because they have earned it, and they have proven themselves loyal to the rights of kids, to the rights of adults, and they know who they are. But what it comes down to is, this is just a pedophile community. It's being ran by pedophiles who are grooming kids, who are grooming others. And I'm not saying just child predators. I'm saying actual fucking pedophiles. I believe Unixmad was caught with child pornography. I believe that PACHUKA's absolutely telling the truth here. Again, it's not a rumor he heard. So we can validate that he had when he had said that somebody had found something on my computer that was untrue. We know that that's untrue. Again, I've already shown you the evidence of that. But that was a rumor. But when he's saying he personally found child pornography on Unixmad, that's testimony. And everything I know about Unixmad and stuff, I'm not going to disbelieve that. The rest of you guys can live in this fucking fantasy land where everything true is untrue, and everything you don't like gets silenced, snuffed out, harassed, bullied, screamed at, and pretended to be untrue just because you don't fucking want it to be true. But I'm sick of living in this world where you guys are defending pedophiles and where you guys have decided that pedophiles are the apex human beings and that these are the people you want to serve. These are the people you respect the most. I have lost respect for everybody in this community. I think that I've shown enough evidence. You guys should have been doing your own fucking research. I shouldn't have had to do these goddamn videos for you. It's disgusting and annoying, and it takes up my time. And so what I've come to the conclusion is that PACHUKA is telling the truth here, and he says it multiple times. Child porn freak, child porn, Unixmad had child porn. He's a child porn fag. I believe that Unixmad is a pedophile. I believe this is a pedophile community. They're not just the reason they're okay with preying on kids and stealing their intellectual property and child labor and stuff like that doesn't belong to them, and stealing our lives and fucking our reputations up and playing the victim is because they're not just greedy, but they're not just child predators, but they're pedophiles. They're also pedophiles. I believe that this is a pedophile community. And we know PACHUKA was. We already know that was spearheaded. We know that Gallon was okay with it. We know that King Klops and these other fucking creeps were, because PACHUKA was around. It's the best bud. King Klops is getting his big fucking shout out from PACHUKA and his goodbye letter, right? I'm telling you, we are the original names here. So listen to me when I tell you, Unixmad is a fucking pedophile. You guys are in a pedophile community. I have come to my fucking conclusion. I shouldn't have had to do this. I shouldn't have had to defend my fucking name over and over and over and over again, giving myself validation, because that just gives you guys more excuses to be like, oh, listen how narcissistic and arrogant he is. I know what you guys are fucking thinking because you're mental. You worship a pedophile. I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing it for fucking what's right. And you guys are serving a pedophile. Unixmad is a pedophile. PACHUKA found child porn on his fucking computer. I am 100% convinced of it. I know that Unixmad's a child predator. I know that Stefan is. And that is the final fucking conclusion to this series. Unixmad is a pedophile.